as governor, what would be some of your strategies, tactics, policies, things you'd want to work with the legislature to get done in North Carolina to improve the lives of North Carolinians, whether the Republicans maintain a supermajority or if it's a divided government?
Ultimately, I would try to appease both sides, right? I know the Republicans are looking for permitless gun carry. I would very much like to give them that, right? And ideally, it would be great if we were able to mix decriminalization from the Democratic side in on that as well, so that both sides are actually getting something they both really want, and maybe not, there's always going to be the gun violence scenario, but when you look at the history of gun violence and most of that's just media spins, right? Yes, there's school shootings, and yes, they're escalating, but people are going to do things with any sort of weapon, right? If they have a gun, they have a knife, they have a truck, I mean, they're showing that they'll do whatever it takes. And so one of the things that I would want to do is help arm our state, making sure that the citizens are able to protect themselves from, just random acts of violence, because we're not living in a safe world anymore. I mean, you see, if you stop at a gas station, right, you have to look out for some punk kid getting ready to steal your groceries or whatever out of your car while you're filling your gas up, right? Because people are emboldened. They feel like nothing can happen, no one's going to come after them, so they can just treat people any way they want. But people start treating people a lot better when they think they're armed.
What's that old saying? An armed society makes for a polite society.
That's right.
That's the old saying. Well, how about you, Mike? As governor, as someone working for the betterment of North Carolina or North Carolinians, how would you work with the Uniparty in the legislature, regardless of which side holds most power, to get things done for the people of our state?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, unlike Shannon, I will not be trying to appease and work with Republicans and Democrats, because I'm going to look at the magnitude of what it really means, right? We are a third party. If you or I gathers the 2.3-ish million votes it'll take if we manage to turn this into a three-way race, that is a referendum on Republicans and Democrats by the people of North Carolina. So what I will do is stand up there on day one and say, look, North Carolina, I put forward a series of policies on all of these issues. Some people on the left are going to love some people on the right are going to love some people on both sides may hate some. But guess what? It just got enough to make history and elect a Libertarian. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Republicans in the legislature, you talk about limiting government. Send me bills to limit government. Democrats, you see that I'm all for police reform and criminal justice reform. Send me bills to do this. Because if you actually look at what it means to have a Libertarian elected, that's a referendum. They're not necessarily just voting for us. They're voting for our platforms. They're voting for our vision. And then we can stand there from the governor's mansion every single day and say, North Carolina, thank you for putting your faith in voting for me. We have made a statement. We have made history. Call your legislators and make them send me the bills that you asked for by electing me. Anything I can do with executive order, I will. I will try to implement it by executive order, but I know that the AG and the government will try to fight that. Hopefully we can have that reality until they win. But aside from that, I'm just going to put it through the lens of pressure and let them know, look, a Libertarian was just elected governor. If you don't start sending me bills that accomplish what the people of North Carolina voted for, I'm going to help elect Libertarians throughout this state until we have a legislature that will deliver for the people of North Carolina if your Republican and Democratic establishment won't do it for us.